Thank you for joining me, Rose Jacobs, with you for today's top news across Australia and around the globe right here on Kalkine TV. In today's political news, it's been reported that a group of Chinese spies have been attempting to bankroll the New South Wales Labor Party election in an effort to get MPs elected to the Australian Federal Parliament. The Sydney Morning Herald today reveals that ASIO, the country's counter-espionage spy agency, has foiled the intricate plot by preventing the Chinese spies from installing candidates into the Labor Party for pre-selection. In a further James Bond-style twist to the home soil plot, it is believed the mastermind and financier of this plot is a wealthy businessman with deep ties in both Australia and China, who was known to ASIO as the puppeteer. ASIO boss Mike Burgess revealed the plot in his annual threat assessment on Wednesday night. However, he declined to directly name the country behind the operation and the level of election that was being targeted between state, local or federal. Multiple security sources, however, were later to reveal the true extent of the plot and confirm that it was the Chinese intelligence service directly targeting the New South Wales Labor Party. It is believed that the wealthy individual, nicknamed the puppeteer, had hired an individual within New South Wales Parliament to enable foreign interference operations and used an offshore bank account to provide hundreds of thousands of dollars for operating expenses. The employee used existing relationships with politicians, staffers and journalists to select potential targets without revealing the secret intent, the foreign connection or the puppeteer's involvement. We will keep you up to date with the developments of this story right here at Kalkine throughout the day. I'm Rose Jacobs. Thanks again for joining me.